home from our little fall getaway to Maine, which I'm just so immensely thankful for those memories. I definitely had some post-trip blues after that trip. Typically, I'm very excited to return home, and I was, of course, to see Mr. Palmer and get back in our routine, but I think we definitely could have used a couple more days there and just soak up more of Acadia National Park and everything. But overall, very thankful to be home and just continuing to soak up October. I cannot believe we're inching so close to the end of October. So trying to continue to soak it up, do all the pumpkin fall things. Tonight we're going over to our friend's house to do a little family pumpkin carving, which will be really fun. And this morning, speaking of pumpkins, I really trained the pumpkin vine out in the garden. It's just going wild. Thankfully, I haven't seen any pickle worms recently, which was a whole saga. If you've been following along with the garden adventures, I struggled with some pests, but I haven't seen them. So we'll see. I don't think the vines are growing rapidly, but we don't have any pumpkins really maturing. There's a few ones that I think were just pollinated, so we'll keep tabs on it, but it really just needed to be cut back and trained a bit. So that felt good to do. And yeah, we're just hanging out at home for the next couple of days. I would love to go to the thrift store. We did antiquing in Maine and it gave me the bug for thrifting, and I'm planning a little get together celebration, and I'm on the hunt for lampshades. So hopefully we'll carve out some time and find some lampshades, and I'll tell you more about that vision later. I've had this inspo picture saved on my Pinterest all season, and I've been wanting to make oatmeal and make this cute little pumpkin situation with a clementine. And today's our day. I figured this is the week to do it. So I have some water about to boil. I'm gonna make steel cut oats, and I've shared this before, but in the autumn time I actually don't really love oatmeal. I don't really eat it that often except for autumn time because I mix in some pumpkin puree and some pumpkin pie spices, add some pumpkin spice granola on top, some maple syrup, and then we're gonna have this little cherry on top, if you will, a clementine pumpkin on top. I suppose to create that pumpkin look, we just peel half of this, and then it's easy as pie. I'm gonna peel off a little bit more of the fleshy part so it's more orange. Cute. This is how much pumpkin puree I'm mixing in for about 4 servings of steel cut oats. It's about half a cup. And we'll do about a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. It turned out so cute. I ended up not adding granola or anything. I'll probably drizzle some maple syrup on it. And then for the little stem of the pumpkin, I just bit off a piece of pecan to emulate that stem. I love it. We were able to sneak over to the thrift store and we did find some lampshades. I'm so excited. I didn't have high expectations because what I was looking for was very specific. I found this inspo picture on Pinterest, and this is the vision for a little light installation for the pie party. And I wanted these bell-shaped lampshades, and I really couldn't find any online. So I was really hoping and crossing my fingers for the thrift store, and these turned out to be perfect.
Pie crust here.
We sure do. We sure do. Ta-da. I meant to show you my pumpkin seed roasting process, but I gobbled them up before getting there. But essentially, whenever we carve a pumpkin, I absolutely keep the seeds because it's one of my favorite autumn snacks, and I love to rinse them off, and then I preheat the oven to 400, drizzle some olive oil, some sea salt, some paprika, and bake them for about 10 minutes. You kind of have to monitor how many seeds and how big they are and yada, yada, yada. But this is such a yummy snack. I definitely want to pick up some more pumpkins solely to roast the seeds. That's on the list for the rest of the week. But for today, speaking of pumpkin seeds, we have so much basil in the garden. It's our most lush and happy herb that we have. So I've been trying to make pesto frequently because I want to stay on top of harvesting. So we're gonna make some pepita pesto. I made it last week and it was so yummy. And my friend Haley inspired me with this because she is allergic to nuts. So when she makes pesto, she makes pumpkin seed pesto, and it's so yummy and perfect for this time of year. A little fall spin on pesto. So I want to make a little pesto pasta salad to just have in the fridge for the remainder of the week. And then another little project, I saved some leaves from our trip. I collected them. And I want to try to preserve them with beeswax. I mentioned that I want to do this because I actually ordered some seeds from Etsy that were preserved in beeswax, and we have them in the window as decoration. But how special would it be? I'm struggling with my words today. Would it be to preserve some leaves that we collected ourselves? So we'll try our best. I didn't really look up a tutorial, but I think what I'm gonna just do, maybe I should do a little research before I just go for this, but I have some beeswax right here and this little candle making pot. So I was just thinking I was gonna melt a little bit, dip it in the beeswax, put it on parchment paper to dry, cross our fingers, hope for the best. Did not need that big of a bowl, but it's okay. My orzo to pesto recipe was a little off. I have way more pesto than pasta, but I'm also gonna add some mozzarella balls and some tomatoes, so we'll see. If not, I'll do another round of orzo. Okay, I might need to cool it down a bit, but the wax has been melted, so I'm going to, oh, this is my least favorite leaf. So this one's my test run. Okay, it did like crinkle it a little bit, so I'm gonna let it cool for just a few minutes because it's like cooking the leaf, so we'll give it a minute. I'm gonna do this little one too. Okay, this wasn't my best DIY work, but overall it did work. The problem I had is that this candle making container was a bit dirty from this gold wax I had in there. So part of the leaves, you can see a little bit of the gold wax remnants, but overall I'm happy with it. As you can see, they kind of curled up a little bit, but if I just flatten them out under a book, I think it'll be fine. and they feel very glossy and sort of waxy, but hopefully they'll last us a while. I guess time will tell. Oh, I also wanted to show you this little leaf kids activity I put together. I saw this idea online somewhere, or like a similar version. I don't remember where, but I was thinking of something to do before some of our little friends came over and realized I had all the supplies already in the craft closet for this. So it's been really fun. So essentially I just took some brown craft paper, or it was actually packaging paper from a package we received, and then I had these little Velcro stickies, and I stuck one on all of these faux leaves, and then I put the other side of the Velcro on the wall, and then basically the kids can just take off and then re-stick the fall leaves, and they really like it. So it's been fun. I'll probably just keep it up until we decorate for Christmas. Oh, I also have been meaning to show you that I completed our puzzle. I definitely had help from friends, and this past weekend Brandon and I spent some time on it together, and it was so satisfying and just a wonderful, wonderful activity to do while watching TV, sipping on some tea. Absolutely love it. Next up, I hope to do some sort of cozy Christmas puzzle, and I think some people asked me if I wanted to frame it, because oftentimes people, when they really love the art of a puzzle, they'll frame it, which I think is a darling idea. But I think I'm gonna leave it up. I'm gonna leave it like this until we pack up our autumn decor, and then I'll probably just pack it up with our decor if I have room, or just put it in our little game cabinet, and then plan to do it again next fall. I feel like that'll be a nice tradition, and as the years go by, hopefully have some nostalgia doing the same seasonal puzzles. And my goal is going to be to do one each season, so 4 puzzles a year at least. Maybe we'll even up our puzzle piece numbers, but I feel like 500 is plenty. And we even have one puzzle piece missing. I'm sure it's somewhere in the couch cushions, but it has not been located yet, but it adds character. And that's a wrap for this vlog. I feel like it was such an array of random little adventures, but I really hope you enjoyed it. I cannot believe we're saying goodbye to October. I hope you had a beautiful October, and I'm hopeful we can have a peaceful rest of the holiday season. But thank you so much for watching. I'm excited to see you next. Bye.